Hello there, all you space travelers. Today's subject is going to be No Man's Sky resource management. So, if you're just joining me, and if you haven't played this game, you can jump ahead to the meats and potatoes part of it to roughly about 1 minute 50 seconds in. This is basically your galaxy map. It's my galaxy map from which I warp from, and you can see all the various planets that I've landed on, and I have home bases on a wide majority of them. And so basically, resource management comes into play because you're doing a lot of mining and gathering materials for building out your bases, and you use these materials and for making products, and in some cases selling them for profit to upgrade your ships, upgrade your spacesuit, and so on and so forth. And so before I get into that, I wanted to go over this galaxy map a little bit, kind of get you somewhat familiar with the complexity of this game and just how many choices. Pretty much every single dot is a planet that you can warp to. I mean, it's mind-boggling to say the least, as to what you can do in this game. But resource management is a very important part of it because if you don't manage your resources properly, it can lead to a lot of wasted time. And so, what I'm going to demonstrate for you is this isn't an end all be all. It's how I've come to manage my resources more effectively, and I feel like I'm making headway with this big challenge within this game. So how this came about is that I have a underwater world that I'm planning on building a base on, and it's at least one or two warps away from my home base. And so I've decided to buy this new starship because this world is mostly comprised of water. So mining and gathering resources is going to be somewhat of a challenge in order to build out that base underwater. And so I decided to buy this ship, and it comes at a premium. I'm paying just a shade over $90 million for it, and really nothing special in how I got the ship. It's really kind of dumb luck. I was on a space station, and another traveler that landed on that space station had that ship, and I was able to make an offer on it and buy it. And so because I had the money, and then I felt that with having $30 million left over, it's not going to really crimp my gameplay any. Most everything I can buy is under that amount. And I'm getting to a point in the game to where money isn't as much of an issue because I've got farming and other spaceships that go out and earn money for me as well. And so that's part of the reason why I upgraded it. The main reason is the 16 slots that I'm gaining on the new ship, and you'll notice they're both A-class ships, which is another configuration of this. And then I also gained technology slots. On my previous ship, I only had 4 slots, whereas on the new ship, I've got several more. And so that gives me more ability to upgrade my weaponry and gives me a better ability to carry stuff around. So what I'm doing here is I'm on my base planet. These are all my cargo pods. It's more or less storage where I've got, because I also have these on my spaceship. And this is a very unique way in order to pull materials that I've stored on my spaceship and I have on my home base planet. And so what I'm doing is I'm loading up my spacesuit because I'm going to load these materials. These materials are going to be used to build my underwater base on the underwater planet that I'm going to, where my submarine, my Nautilon submarine, is at. And so, and because because this base is underwater, I'm probably not going to build. I'm probably not going to build the pods on there for some time until after I build the base out some. And so I'm basically just decided to just load up as many materials as I can and just go over there. And a lot of these materials are used to either make glass or used for the structure itself. It's going to require a lot of ferrite, and ferrite is a material that's on the planet, but it's going to require an awful lot of mining. And so I'm trying to, reduce the amount of time that I have to mine, because I'm at such a point in the game where I can afford to go out and spend money on these materials. I mean, if I can find them at a space station, I'd rather buy them because it's easier for me to just go out there and buy it. And so, but the thing is that you're often limited by space, and so you've got to use your space as effectively as you can. And so that's what this video is about. So the other conundrum to this game is time management. You have an open world that you can pretty much kind of do whatever you want, and then you're often given these choices within the game of things that pop up, and you go, that sounds interesting. Maybe I should go check that out. And so here I am at another one of these portals, going through this rigmarole of deciding, should I take a detour and jump through the portal, and so lo and behold, that's what I decide to do. And so it's just the game is just so mind-boggling, and then curiosity is what they say is what killed the cat. Well, I'm sure curiosity is also what killed the space traveler too. And so, but anyways, I decide, man, what the heck? I've done it once and everything was fine, so I'll do it again. And so I jump through and warp through it. And so it dumps me what looks to be right outside my spaceship. I start falling through space. My life support system is dropping, and then I start using my space back, start looking around to see, man, where can I go? I'm outside and I don't even see where my spaceship is. And then all of a sudden, I look around and I notice the Atlas station, and somehow or another, it just warps me over. I mean, I didn't do anything, so I don't know why it did that. So if you watched my previous video, Big Money Farming, at the very end I say that I'm lost in outer space, and I'm not really lost. This has actually happened to me once before, and so I can easily get back. It's not that big of a problem. But I'm not going to divulge that in this video. If you get stuck in outer space, get lost, you can always watch my previous videos. The answer is there. It's really quite simple to get back, if you just think about it for a while. But anyways, that about sums up this video, as far as managing your time, and trying to avoid getting distracted like I often find myself at this game. But if you use different resource tactics than what I do, please feel free to share them in the comments or respond via video. I'd really like to know, how you play the game. Thank you for watching, and coming up in the next video will probably be my underwater base and the progress associated with that. I have yet to make it back because this distraction has led me to another distraction, and so I'm in the process of collecting glyphs. Whatever that means, I'm not sure at this point, but I've just about got them all. And but once I finish that up, I'm probably going to head to that underwater base and start building my underwater base. This is Mental Vacation signing off. I hope all your journeys don't lead to you being put in the lost and found department. Thanks, have a great day, and thank you for watching. Brought to you by Mental Vacation in association with Ray TV.